Trucker J on my way to work right now. Just leaving the house, so we gonna get this day started so we can go and come back home. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We about to shoot upstate New York real quick and drop this empty and pick up a load. Same thing I did yesterday, nothing special. We gotta go up in the pan post. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. You know, and you want to become a top fan, become a top fan, do what y'all do. But we about to get to work and get this day started. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all right? Let's get it. All right. I think it was a spider on the window, some madness. Let's get it. Yeah, I'm down here in the community, about to get up out of here. Summertime coming up though. Could have started my day earlier than this. I think it's supposed to rain today, but maybe it blew by. Maybe Texas got all that rain we supposed to get. But we'll see though. It's definitely supposed to rain today. It's supposed to rain until next week. I don't know. That probably slid right past what we supposed to get. It's supposed to rain today. Probably later on tonight, about 9 o'clock tonight. So the high today gonna be about 80, 81 up here. Speed bumps. Come in the building, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I need to slow down on the little ass speed bumps though. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Nah, trying to make my way to this job so I can start my day. I should have been up. I'm just leaving the house. I should have been out of here. Shoot, got up at 3, went back to sleep. Opened my eyes, it's 3:40. Went back to sleep. Opened my eyes, it's 5:30. Yeah, I look in the woods. I don't live in the hood. I'm out here in these woods. Oh man, I ain't doing all hell no. Let me swing around the corner like that. I ain't about to do that, bro. Yeah, it can't be drifting this car. Mess around, be trying to drift and hit a deer or something. Can't do all that. It sound like bright as shit. You said pull the brake, drift around the corner. Nah, I ain't about to do all that. Y'all funny, man. I try to get to work. I ain't trying to get stranded. You said ghost riding. Man, how you supposed to ghost ride it, man? What you mean ghost ride the whip? How you ghost ride it? You got some turns back here, though. Probably see a deer or two, I don't know. See, this is the only thing difference between TikTok and YouTube. At least with TikTok, you can play music. YouTube don't allow you to play music back here, man. Yeah, copyright you in a minute. You got the what? The trucker hat. I ain't got no trucker hat on. Nah, regular baseball cap. Matter of fact, it's an Astro, Texas Astros. You might see a deer or something back here. The roads are raggedy and smooth. The sunlight is, yeah, the sunlight is beaming right now. Yeah, y'all might want to cover y'all. Put y'all shades on. Put y'all shades on, man. You want to go? This is ghost riding. What up, bro? Man, shit. Trying to make it to the yard right now, man. Can't see a damn thing, man. The sun is out. Shit bright as hell, man. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Hey, good morning, everybody in the chat. If you can't hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, appreciate it. Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. Yeah, you can't see shit out here. Yeah, you see everybody. lot of them broke off and got their own, but you still see them. I know, yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that. He took that down. Yep. You realized that was, cap. Deer back here, light sunlight bright as hell. Woo. It's supposed to rain tonight at 9 o'clock. Well, it's supposed to rain this morning, but I guess it passed over, so we'll see what happens at 9 o'clock. I was took some pieces off the F350, the dually. I painted some pieces yesterday. Then I was able to clear coat them. So I got to do the top of the radiator support. Just got to clean that up, little rust spots. Clean the rust spots out, sand them out real good, hit it with a primer, white paint on top of it, try to get it right. Those little things and shit. The only thing I'm worried about, I should have took it off, but I'm not sure what I want to do with it. The air cooler. It was oil in the air cooler pipes, but it wasn't no oil in the turbo. But somebody told me that they were supposed to have did engine work on it. My thing is, all right, sun bright as shit this morning. Slow down before I run through the intersection, man. Then I have to grab the emergency brake and drift around the corner. Oh, it was a 2002, Sean. 2002. I bought a 2002 F350 with a 7.3 liter engine in it. All right. So I just recently bought it, and you know what? I want one of these pickup trucks. I'm gonna get one of these. I want one of these so bad. You get them for like $5,000. I'm gonna eventually get one, so I can put a body kit on it and put some wheels on it. They sell these right here. They sell the hell of these in Jersey and PA right now. I'm in PA, but they sell them in Jersey, PA for $5,000. I'm gonna get me one of these low ass shits. I'm gonna get me one, and he got AC in that damn thing, and there's a right hand drive. I'm gonna get one of them little pickup trucks. But yeah, it's a 2002 7.3 liter engine in it. So I was told it had engine work done to it. This is what I was told. They got paperwork. Engine work was done through Ford. So this is what I was told. But it runs good, start up and all of that. You know, I had ended up power washing the engine, cleaning the motor up, but I seen that there was oil in the air cooler pipes. So it was a little bit of oil in there. When I took them off, it was about a coupling. So I took them off, cleaned them out, and but I put my hand in the turbo sleeves. There was no oil in it, Sean. There was no oil in there, but there was a little bit of oil inside the cooler. I'm thinking I should have just took the cooler out, lean it to the side, and whatever's in there, try to get it out. So I'm thinking, or should I put a cap on it and run a blow it out? I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm thinking about I should have just took it off, dumped it, leaned it to the side, see whatever oil's in there, and get the oil out of it. Or should I just buy a new one? You know, or should I just buy a new one? But then, you know, I'm gonna have to remove the radiator and all that shit. All that's gotta come apart just to try to get that thing out of there. See, I replaced one on my 1999 KW. I replaced the big one. It's a smaller one. Oh, y'all don't get many Ford trucks? Yeah. So I'm gonna use that to run. I'm gonna use that to run I'm gonna start a hot shop business with that. So basically, it's running pretty good. It's strong. I towed my car home with it, so I didn't have a problem towing my BMW back about what 114 miles. So I towed the car 114 miles. So I didn't have a problem towing with it. Pretty much good. It's decent on, you know, it's a gas guzzler, but I just bought it for work. I didn't buy it to drive around and none of that shit. I just bought it for work. Work purposes, that's why I bought it. So basically what I've been doing is taking off little rust pieces around the radiator and the motor, sanding them, cleaning them up, painting them, trying to keep the rust down. Because up here in the state of Pennsylvania, on top of the mountain, you get rust fast up here because of the snow, the salt, the liquid salt, the dry salt. They use the sand and it get caked up under the chassis. And if you ain't got no way to kick that off, it's gonna rust the chassis out. That's the only thing bad about living on top of this mountain in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, because they use a lot of liquid salt up here, and that liquid salt will eat your chassis up. So if anybody in the business of buying a car, and the car comes from Mount Pocono, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Dunmore, anywhere up on top of this mountain, don't buy it. Don't buy it, because you're gonna have rust problems. You're gonna definitely have rust problems. Because on top of this mountain, the chassis get rusted out fast. And people will sell you a rust vehicle and say, oh, it's no problem. Because up here in the mountain, if you got any rust on your quarter fenders, they will, they will not give you a good inspection. So be mindful of that. State of Pennsylvania, if you got any rust that they can see, that can potentially cut a kid or cut somebody if they touch it, they would not give you a clean inspection. So be mindful of that. Because out here on top of this mountain, they tear your vehicle up here. Let's get to these yards. We get to work. All right, let's get to work. Yeah, rust is a pain, man. All right, let's get to work. Where this truck at? I think the truck is right here. Let's get up in this truck real quick. Let's leave it there. Nah, I thought it was over there, but it's right here. All right, let's go ahead and pull this truck out the slot so we get it moving. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Make with Mike. I see you in the building. Let's go ahead and pull this truck out so I can get it started. Let's go ahead and park this so we get about there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember you. Yeah, I remember you. What's going on? Good morning, Angel. Good morning. About to go ahead and do the same thing I did yesterday. It's pretty much the same shit. Usually I'll be in the port, but they ain't got me going to port today. Usually I'm in Port North, running down to the port, dropping and picking and all that. Appreciate you coming back to the live. But we're gonna do the same thing I did yesterday. Nothing new. Alright, let me get out of this real quick so we can unplug this. Back in the truck, go ahead and you gotta go to the slot. And go to slot 307. And go to 307. And be careful, keep squeezing through here. I don't want to scratch the truck up. Keep doing this. What it is. CMA box, CMA. I think it's that blue one over there, 8597094. Yeah, you pick it up, grab another empty. Grab the empty here, run up, drop the empty, grab a load and come back. tub. Make sure we hook. There you go. Flashers on, lights on, no engine brake, flashers, jump out. Start some water, turn up a little bit. Alright, bring y'all with me. Yeah, zone out a little bit. Pretty much everything in here. You got flares, fire extinguisher, little toolbox, empty binder, a pipe, whatever you want to use it for. You need that anywhere and shit. Make sure I ain't got no flats. So go ahead to hook up. It might be raining upstate. When I get up there, it might be raining upstate New York. Thank God it ain't snowing though. See, it starts snowing up here early around late November, late October, early November. It starts snowing up here. So happen when you live on top of the mountain. You get that. Alright, we got lights. Alright. See, this right here be a problem. Damn thing come out, you lose the whole foot. You know? They need to do a better job inspecting their own equipment. If that thing come out, the whole foot is gone. That hit somebody's car, it's a done deal. Alright. Lights working. Alright, check CV. I know we empty, but be sure she ain't got no holes in there. Yeah. Oh, she empty. Alright, let's get up out of here. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. See you in the building, Miss Lady. About the yeah, this yard pretty much empty right now. Right now we up here in I say the great state of Pennsylvania. That's anybody's state, I guess. Alright. Yeah, see all these bare chassis? Man, it's pretty much empty. Ain't nothing pretty much going on in here. I'd rather be going down to Port North, but I've been doing this 32 years. 32 years doing this. Alright, open it up just a little bit. Not too much. Yeah, right there. I need to stop at some diesel. There's something in here. Ain't diesel going up though. of here. Yeah, right here. What is it? That information on this. I gotta go in the back. I forgot to get the tear weight. When I get up here, they gonna ask, what's the tear weight? And I don't even have the tear weight. Let me jump out real quick. Before I hit the road, we be out here in a minute. Get on this damn highway. Get up out of here. We definitely gonna run into 3 weigh stations. We got 2 weigh stations going up and 1 coming back. So you got New York State, and yeah, they got New York State going up. It's crazy how New York State guys, we got to pass 3 weigh stations on the same route. That don't make no sense, but that's how they get money off you. Exactly how they get that money back. You know, being in this game 32 years, you know, there's always something going on with trucking. It seems like it's just going downhill. But being in 32 years, hey, I do have a love for it though. I love driving. That's one thing I like to do. But pretty much home every night. All right, let's get up out of here. Let's go on this road. So I don't know if that's well, that's little raindrops. What do you say? Another truck of friends. Oh yeah, you can use the same truck. The only time it's a KW. So this is a 2018 KW 18 speed. No, they keep you with the same truck. Only time they switch you out, they're doing what they call a PM. If they doing the maintenance and something wrong, they'll put you in another truck, but they keep you in the same truck. This is the only company I know that allows you to take the truck home with you. If you guys square park it, let you take it home. You don't be worried about that. Alright, let's get about it. Yeah, let's say like if you got some like upstate, pretty much PA and upstate New York got like some people got a lot of like property where they can park a truck. So, and if you got somewhere to park it, they let you park it, or park it at a truck stop where you can get to it. What's up, Brian? Yeah, no, they gotta be running upstate again. Seatbelt on and shit. Should have no vest in here. Sometimes this truck doesn't even want to go in the gear. You gotta be careful with that shit. Yeah, sometimes it's that shit. What we got going on here? We got it going on here. Service guy, people on the side. About this truck. Well, I had to call my show. I had to call my grocery store to get the things. About this truck at 18 speeds, they got this thing locked at 70. It can at least get you 72, 73. Yeah, the thing is, Good morning, everybody in the chat. Good morning. Yeah, all the blue trucks they got, them things wide open, man. They ain't gonna touch those. They don't want to pull it once. They ain't gonna turn those down. What I do? Yeah, man, I'm African American, born here, raised here. Don't know no other place but America. Don't know other place but this. No other country. I don't speak a second language, third language. That's pretty much what it is. You know, it is what it is about what he's doing. As far as doing, I think he's a good president. No. But that's just my opinion. You know, I don't hate him. I don't dislike him. As far as being what he's doing, nah. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. I don't hate him. I don't dislike him. You know, as far as being a good, like some people say, he's the best president you ever had. No. Great president you ever had. No. He's pretty much doing what everybody else does. They promise you one thing, you get another thing. You know what I'm saying? When the Congress ever promised you something and stood by that and gave the people what they wanted. America is a business, a corporation. We live in a business corporation. It's the only country that you can pay high taxes and other countries they pay that shit. Here's what it is. But I wouldn't want to be no other place but where I'm at. You know, I love where I'm at. I love America. I'm American, so I love where I'm at. You gotta love where you at, where you from. You know, born there, raised there. The family goes back here. So I don't know no other place but America. You know, so I'm not gonna sit here and shit on the where I'm from. I ain't going down. I love being America. Born and raised there. 52 years. I don't see it no other way. But that's how American politics is. You know, they promise you one thing, you're never going to get. That's like buying a used car, right? Check it out. Yeah. That's kind of like buying a used car. A salesman will sell you a dream. See, buying a new car, you can't really sell you much. But when you buy a used car, they sell you a dream. Like, this will fix your credit. This will make your life better. This is you, this is for you, this fits you. You look good in this car. Then once you buy the damn car and you leave the lot, you get a mile down the road and say, oh, the check engine light came on. The car cut off. The battery died. The engine light is on. The battery light on. And they're going to tell you, you're going to say, well, we need to bring this car back and trade it in. They're going to tell you, you can't trade that in. You don't put miles on it. You're like, man, I only drove 3 miles down the road. So what? You still put miles on it. The same thing with Congress and with the presidency. They tell you one thing, but they turn around and you say, hey, but I thought you was going to make this great again. Or I thought you was going to cut taxes, and I thought you was going to put more money in my pocket. And they turn around and say, you got that in right? Now you sitting there looking ass out. So, you know, you got to take it for what it is, man. Anybody can sell you a dream. It's how you take that dream and shit. You gotta take it different. Perceive it different. But I tell you one thing, man, I love America, but this is the only country, you know, as far as I know, that you ain't gotta wake up to bombs dropping out the sky. You ain't gotta wake up to a lot of then you got your mass shootings and all of that, but you don't have to really wake up to that. You know, it's not in your, most of the time it's not in your face. Then you know, you can live a little bit. Even though everything else is crazy as far as, like, you know, the justice system. And it's not made for a black person. It's not made for anybody, especially for black. You know, black and brown is not made for any shit. And, you know, this is the only country that does have high incarceration when it comes down to locking up their own people and shit. That's just the weird part of being American. Like I said, it's a corporation. They get paid when they lock your ass up. They get paid off. They make money if you being incarcerated. That's why they have private time prisons and regular prisons, state prisons, and government prisons. That's why they have federal prisons, correctional prisons, juvenile jails, and all of that. They got too many damn correctional facilities. They make big money off of it. They make big money. You know what? And that's the thing right there with the big beautiful bill. That's the thing right there. You know, hey, that's the thing right there. That a lot of people, especially a lot of rich folks, uses the poor resources. You see what I'm saying? A lot of rich folks is on welfare. A lot of rich folks get government assistance. Look what happened to Brett Favre. Brett Favre, the quarterback. He wanted to open up like a soccer camp, build a building for his daughter. He contacted the local Congress. They tapped him in with social services and shit, and he was able to get down there $2 million of welfare to build this building. But even though he paid back $1.5 million, you still was able to tap into the city welfare and take from people who need it. Rich folks been living off welfare. Don't get it messed up when people think that rich people got money. No, they like to spend other people's money. Rich folks love to live, love to eat off poor people's money. So they will talk about your broke ass. They'll talk about you being in the ghetto, you living on property. They'll talk about you and you don't stop resisting. They'll talk about you being in Walmart fighting. Rich people like the entertainment, but they love to eat off poor people's money, man. They love that, you know. And if you start talking about a different race, oh, they want to ban your channel when she talk about different races. A lot of people eat off welfare. A lot of people make their riches off welfare. Insurance scams and college scams. And so basically what they're going to do, like, I remember when Obama came out with Obamacare, right? Obama came out with Obamacare. A lot of rich folks, white folks, black folks, a lot of people made fun of it. But then when Trump came into office the first time and threatened to cut the Obamacare, oh, they was all camming up, going on the internet. Oh, my grandmother needs that money. My grandfather, my family been eating off the Obamacare for a long time. How can you cut the Obamacare? Yeah, you made a joke about the Obamacare, but when they about to cut that shit, you still want to keep your Obama phone. You still want to keep your Obama benefits. But they made fun about the Obamacare. But a lot of people eat off that shit, man. So now he started tapping into the fund and start cutting the welfare funds. A lot of rich folks is going to be exposed for eating off that shit for years, man. Years. Yeah. Yeah, you know. Hey, good morning, everybody in the chat. Good morning. because a lot of people's gonna feel it, man. But, you start, man, and then, Medicare and all that shit, because a lot of people who's on it don't need to be on it. You got rich folks on Medicaid right now that they don't need to be on that shit. They got money to pay for their own medical bills. But I tell you, America is a business, man. America is a business and a corporation. It's a big business and a corporation. It's a big business, man. Like Donald Trump ain't slick though, because war makes money. When you go to war, that's money in war. Yeah, war is big business. People think when you go to war, you losing. Nah, man. You got people invested in arms, military vehicles. Like people is invested so deep into military. Like company called like Lockheed Martin, they do like arm and shit and all that for the military. They all invested in that, man. So you think Donald Trump is not invested in military weaponry? Come on, man. They not invested in that shit. You got Bill Gates, you got Warren Buffett, you got Jay-Z, you got big people like right now. Evander Holyfield, he owned a privatized prison. So your privatized prisons, so let's say like right now you get locked up at Walmart. That's where you go. Privatized prisons is covered under Walmart, Samsung, Target. It's covered under Verizon, Apple. It's a lot of people that's locked into privatized prisons because they get the funding back. They get kickbacks off that shit. And the housing inmate, big money to put an inmate in prison right now. It's big money, big money. So, last year, it was the government. Yeah, the state level, state prisons is arguing with privatized prisons on. If you get locked up in Walmart, that got to come to us. That's why they got different codes for that shit. It's crazy, man. America's big business, bro. If you ain't know that yet, they don't teach that shit in school. They don't teach that in school. That's like your Social Security number. Your Social Security number. Big business, man. You're born with a Social Security card in America. Big business. Why you think, like, when you watch any other video, like overseas, for example, when a cop pulls somebody over overseas, they don't ask for a Social Security number. But when the police pull you over in the United States, they ask you for your Social Security number. And I see they ask young kids that more than anything. A young kid wouldn't know that. A 12-year-old black kid would not know his Social Security number. A 12-year-old Mexican kid would not know his Social Security number. You would not know that. They're not walking around with a Social Security card in their pocket, but they ask for that. Because once they get that Social Security number, they're going to put you in the system. Once you're in the system, you're done. You're done. Because they're going to know everything you're doing. They're putting that Social Security number in the system. Everywhere you go, like a tracking device, they're going to know everything you're doing. Your jobs. You're going to take it, jobs, going to the hospital, getting blood transfused. They're going to know everything about you. But that's what they ask you. Give me your Social Security number. Man, I don't know that shit. But when they pull me over, they don't ask me that. They're not going to ask me for my Social Security number. The Social Security number, that's private. Like, anybody can use that. And, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah. Damn your credit. Your Social Security number is more important to you than anything. Right? You don't just give that out, but they ask you for that. I seen a cop ask, okay, you asked for ID? The kid said, I don't have ID. He said, you don't have no ID? He said, no. What's your security number? The kid said, well, I'm not telling you that. He said, do you know? He said, my mama knows, but I'm not going to ask my mother to give you that. You ain't supposed to question no kid anywhere without his parents being right now with the trucking industry. Trump and them don't get in too deep about the trucking industry. Because the big corporations doing this shit. They don't get in too deep about this. The trucking industry is going downhill because they would love to push in them all electric vehicles and self-driving trucks and all that. Big business out here, man. Right now, they already got. I was in Staten Island. Hey, Brian, you've been in Staten Island. You see them electric new switches they got? They're fully electric. They're all those with the new switches in Staten Island. They're all fully electric. All of them fully electric. The guy said they nice, but he said you can also program it to self-drive. Well, you know, they're gonna have them over there. Especially in Staten Island, now you know global will already have them. They ain't got them yet. California, they got fully self-driving switches. Ain't nobody in them. Yeah, you're right, you still need drivers. You go to these rich folks, that's like Warren Buffett, he owns Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and all of them. You know, they already got self-driving trucks in Georgia. They even got their own autonomous truck stop where the trucks come in and get service without robotics, without nobody being in it. Robotic arm come out, hit the flat, stick the electric plug in it, charge them up, pull it out, the truck moves on its own. I always say, I don't do conspiracy theories, but if you go back and watch Terminator, I'll tell you anything you need to know about it. When you're dealing with Skynet and all that shit, I tell you everything you need to know. Yeah. All those sci-fi movies they came out with, you wasn't watching. All those sci-fi movies they came out with just coming to me. Yeah, all those sci-fi movies used to watch, they coming to me. Well, you know, you're gonna be running through the book of Eli. Running through here trying to get anything you can to stay alive and shit. Yeah, baby white's gonna be later on, baby white's gonna be like gold tissue. talking that deep, and then they start thinking you crazy, man. They start thinking you crazy. I think the crazy smart people. Yeah, 50 people that's running shit. Hell yeah, the crazy people crazy. They the one running this shit. Yeah, you right about that. The crazy people running this shit. Yeah, you look at that man crazy. That man crazy, man. Have a conversation with a homeless guy. That man will tell you everything you need to know. Everything you need to know about the world in 5 minutes. Have a conversation with a homeless man. It'll take you everything. You can get past the smell, the breath. A homeless person would tell you everything you need to know in 5 minutes. Maybe in 5 seconds to get to talking fast and shit. Yeah, I'm on 81 North, right about that. 81 North, yeah, no. Hey, morning, Terry. Yeah, I'm going up to pay the post. Dollar stores came out. Dollar Tree was the first one. Then you had Dollar General. Then you had Family Dollar. You ain't shit in there, dog. They tax you for anything. You ain't none of this unless you in Delaware. Delaware, they don't tax you. Dollar General, JP, I'm the one that pulled the boxes. Slow down. I seen the guy dressed up as a homeless man. This was a while back. He dressed up as a homeless man when he left. The dude followed him back to his car. He took his clothes off, had a suit on, and jumped in a Mercedes. Yeah, jumped in a Mercedes. Some of these dudes that be posing homeless don't even be homeless. Guy jumped in a Mercedes. They had seen a white couple. They was outside of, I think it was Walmart or Target. And they were telling people they're homeless, people was giving them money the whole nine. Shit, they went around the back of the damn building, they both jumped in the damn G-Wagon. People be out here, man, you gotta be careful who you give your money to. You know what? I've been in the ports for a long time, running the ports. Back then, chassis had to match your container. So if you had a Yang Bean chassis, you had to have a Yang Bean box. You had a Sealand chassis. You had an Evergreen. You had to have an Evergreen chassis. They changed that shit, but it was like that back then. Remember that shit, Brian? You had the chassis had to match the box, had to match the steamship line. And if it didn't match, you couldn't pick that up. Yeah. Yeah, you'll get a chassis. Let's say like you get an Evergreen chassis, and you be in the port for like 5 hours, and then they tell you ass 5 hours later, oh, that chassis got to match the steamship line box. You got to get a different chassis. But you done took the chassis, got the lights fixed, the tire fixed, and put the box on. Now you got to go get the box, take your little interchange, take off the box, go get rid of the chassis, get a whole new chassis, and get your ass back in line for interchange just to wait another 2.5, 3 hours. And the guy forbid if you catch him on lunch, because they on lunch 1 hour. And you still got to sit out there. It used to be like that in port. I know in Jersey port, New York port was like that. I don't know how any other ports work. Nah, you know what? Philly ports, you just gotta have your own chassis. Now you can do this shit. Now you just got your own chassis. Let me get it from the region comment. I should have been got it from the Dollar General. Ain't nobody in for that. That should have been. National Highway Traffic Authority. Okay. Container pulling over. Yeah, I don't know what the hell going on right now. You're doing guardrail. They should have been put guardrails coming up this side of the highway. They should have been did this shit. You know how many trucks, you know how many deers come up the side of this highway? They be whacking them and shit. I'm on one scout come out what 2 weeks scouts coming out this highway. I seen the deer double back. Deer ran up the side of this highway, leaped in the air, driving in the left lane and whacked his fuel tank. Boom! The deer went flying back on the southbound side. So you can put up all the guardrails you need, but once the deer get the jumping, ain't no stopping that shit. Up, but these over here at the Sunoco is $3.79. So still reasonable, decent on this side. Pizza and beer. Buy some pizza and beer. Pizza and beer. You got pizza and beer there, good buddy. Come get your pizza and beer there, buddy. Yes. And see, this I understand about truck drivers. Why would you go behind Pepsi when he's delivering and you get fuel? So now once you're done getting fuel, you can't get out because Pepsi is working. Yeah, Pepsi got the tailgate down. He's working. He's in the right. He's in the right. The right fuel aisle. The dude's right behind him. That shit don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Oh, I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that, because see, check this out, see? Now when you zoom out, there's it. You zoom in, it appeared to be close, I got it zoomed in. See that? You zoom out, there's it. You open it up, it appeared to look like that. I ain't worried about that. Let me run and get some water real quick. Oh, shit. What the, some water. That's about it. morning. Let's get out of here. what I was watching. That's what I was watching. Alligator Alcatraz. I was watching that shit. And we're telling people, you need to get a job now, you better go apply. Man, got Crocodile Dundee up in there escaping. Yeah, I heard that. Alligator Alcatraz, man, it's crazy. Invest all that money in this shit, but you gotta get paid. People living in shelters can't get money and shit. I tell you one thing about America, man, they find a way to place money. They find a way to spend money the way they want to spend it. When it comes down to helping American people, they don't have no more money. They don't have no funding. The funding part is low. If we ain't got, we gonna stop giving y'all the stimulus, but let's send the rest of the money to the UK. Money bills closed. You got people living in shelters, domestic violence shelters, homeless shelters. You ain't got no money for that. But you got money to take the alligators. What happened to the swamp people that like eat alligators? So the alligators gonna be banned now from hunting. They gonna ban you from hunting alligators because they need them in Florida. So Florida had enough alligators. That because the alligators just swimming over to Cuba. Alligators be out there fighting the sharks. heard they were trying to start another, like, we got Democrat, Republican, he want to start his own type of thing going on. Well, now they actually showing. They ain't gonna try to bang. Depends on how they load them and they stack them in and make them tight. So you gotta strap them down. If you ride them behind a logging truck like that, it's dangerous. That long bound come out back of that truck, ain't no way stopping that shit. If it was a Benz, it'd be a Ford. You know, Benz and Ford got that collabo with the Ford Sprinter vans. The Benz truck, they need pretty much Ford motors. Yeah, so Benz got a collab with Ford when it comes down to. You remember back then when they was called? I know Conway had a couple of them. They start with an S. There was Ford trucks, but they had the Sterling. The Sterling was, you remember the Sterling trucks? They was under Mercedes. So Mercedes, it was the same thing as the Ford, when they had the Ford the FL9000. I drove one of the Ford trucks for New Deal Delivery Service. They had the L9000s. And then they had the Sterlings look just like them. They was under Mercedes. But it was still a Ford product. But Mercedes wanted to come into it. So they still make like RVs and all that. But it's still up on the Ford though when it come down to that. So even with the Sprinter vans, most of the Sprinter vans, you get a Ford Sprinter van, some of the Ford Sprinter vans got Mercedes-Benz motors in them. Then some of the Mercedes-Benz trucks got Ford motors in them. Overseas, they probably got Mercedes-Benz tractors, but not over here. I haven't seen them over here yet. No, like you said, you see the Sterling. You probably see them still make the Sterlings. But I haven't seen the Sterling yet. Last time I seen them, remember when Conway had got the new Fords with the aerodynamic in the front. They had a Sterling made those, but after that, I was it Ford still make trucks? Yeah, I think Ford make commercial trucks. Yeah. Matter of fact, guess what? A bunch of them dabs on the city been struggles. GOD. You remember GOD trucking? Yeah, remember GOD trucking? They had a lot of those. They had a lot of those trucks. Right there when they was on Pennsylvania Avenue at the end, like that. I drove for them. I think I drove there for like 1 week. And I left all that shit. Yeah, GOD had a bunch of them. Oh, right there in that fence. Yeah, I know. Right there in that fence. They actually had 2 of them in there, but one is gone. They had the L9000 and the stroller sitting there. They had 2 trailers and 2 trucks, and one of the trucks is gone. Sit right in that fence when you come out there, when you come out of the wood, make that left at the light like crackers. Came out with they had a Sterling car back in the day too. When they came out, when I had my Acura Legend, they had Sterling cars and shit. I haven't even seen those around them. But I don't know if they was making about Mercedes, but they had Sterlings and shit. They kind of look like the Acura Legend 4 do, but kind of slimmer like the 80. Like the Acura came out, they changed the model from like 90, 91 to 94. The Sterlings had to be like 88, 89, 90 and shit. The Sterlings came out. Because I guess they did after the Sterling, Acura came out with the Acura Vigor. And the Acura Vigor kind of resembles just a little bit, but not too much. They did have a Sterling out. A friend of ours had a burgundy one with brown guts. The other one had a white one with dark burgundy interior. That's what my Acura Legend was, but I won't get rid of that car. That car was way before its time, bro. Way before its time. I will hold on to that. Pretty much one of the only cars in '93, other than the Lexus, that had heated seats. Cars, Mercedes on them that have heated seats. Heated seats. Hey, good morning, good morning. How the record break down? The record come to told him he broke down. Sitting inside the lane and shit. Damn it. You seen all. Got a tow truck coming to get you off the road and he breaks down. Look like he bust a line or some shit. So now you gotta get a truck to come service him so he can pick him up. Man, there's too much going on this morning. There we go. We ain't got too long to get there. I say it probably a good 45 minutes up there. Right now we on 80 northbound headed up to Painter Post, upstate New York. We're in New York right now, upstate New York. St. City area, St. New York City. The roads are terrible. I can't do nothing about the roads. These roads are terrible. That's why they ripping them up down. 18 KW, 18 speed. Manual. No one. This is 17 West, heading upstate, Hater Post, New York. I see it in building Mark. And Mark for the UK, see it in building. the 81 side. You're on 81 South heading into out of Maryland into West Virginia. It does look like that. Hagen, like when you're in Hagerstown crossing into West Virginia, it does look like this. But they got too many damn state troopers out there though. When you cross into West Virginia, you run into a bunch of state troopers. Over there by the bushes. That's why I always come off the gas pedal. Let it get down to about 60. I can get back up to about 65, 67, something like that. But I know he'd be over there. He always there before this restaurant, this truck stop up there. For exit 59A, he's always here. 15 south to the first exit. Get off, bigger left, move the bridge, bigger right. We should be there. We ain't got too long. like, share, subscribe, hit those three dots, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Appreciate y'all for coming in. You want to come to Top Fan, keep us Top Fan. Wherever you at in the world, drop your flag. Drop the state you from, the country you from, what city you from, check. Right now we're in upstate New York, heading out to Paint the Coast. Should be there a little bit. Gotta get out there to 43. Rochester. 17, the 86 to take them to Rochester, take them to 390. That'll take you to Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Canada, or you can just stay on 80. That's it. It's split you between Ontario.
Take this route 13 all the way out, all the way out, all the way out, and then it comes through like it's a turnaround. You gotta come to a stop, it goes around, come out, or you can just go around the whole thing, go back. You come to a stop, state trooper sitting right there. Right after the turn, state troopers gonna do an inspection, but right between that turn, there's a brand new job. I think that's a privatized prison. Brand new, but very high tech. You just sitting there like, look at this. This wasn't here last year. That's You put this in the middle of all places right here. Then if you go to another lumber yard up here, I forgot the name of that prison. That's a huge prison upstate. It's in the backwoods of the lumber field. And it's a lumber yard, but you got to cut do the prison, the side road by the prison just to get to the lumber yard. You know, yeah, and they hired, you know, when they released them, they let them come work up in the yard. I guess out of the, you know, they funded them, the state funded them to hire them, so they get a kickback to hire them. That's like the Ravens Avenue in North, going that pop. Man, that shit all females and male inmates. That shit ain't got no accountability. They be in there arguing with each other. I tell you about the story of the girl with the no arm about to fight the girl. Oh man, yeah, I was in the pallet truck stop, and I had pulled up and passed up a truck stop in North to get fuel. So I'm watching two girls argue like they going at it, and the girl's like, "What? I do this, do that." That girl took off her jacket. She missing an arm and shit. She beat the snot out that girl nose. One arm. She didn't have nothing. It was cut off. His shoulders over, grabbed him by his blade, scoop slammed on top of him. It was crack. He was on top of his chest with the nubs on the ground, and he was. Oh, they had to break that up, man. They had to break that up. Yeah. Leg. the channel. We're about to end this live in a minute, but I definitely appreciate y'all for watching, riding with me. One love to all of y'all. Take care of yourself. Be safe out here in these streets. Drop this box. Yeah. Drop it right here on this one. Drop it right here. Yeah. So he can pull out. He's gonna pull out enough. He come out now and slide back. Let's got to do the slot right here real quick. There's my song right there. He was gonna pick the only one. That girl was a singer. She had an attitude. She was a singer, actress. She had an attitude. Dudes be like, I'll smash without the face. Yep. Just up in this little spot right here. See it out. Yeah. Yep. Warm out here, yeah. Plug it. Got you. Got some type of wasp. Just on my leg, I'm feeling something crawling. It's a big wasp. But it was wasp. It was on my leg. Yeah. And I'm looked down his wings, and the stinger was moving like he was trying to get position. As soon as I smacked him right down, I stomped and he going down. Ain't nothing left of that. Yeah. Play me if you want. Yeah, I know. He going. Yeah, he going now. Yeah, he going. I know he like, man, why you do me like that, bro? Well, I ain't got time to go on no clinic. Yep. Let's go ahead and drop. Out of there. Must have came in when I came in here. I don't know. Yep. That's how he was able to try to get me. Yep. Drop this empty. That's what you're gonna come and get it anyway. Alright. Got a couple loads over there. Let's go. So when I dropped yesterday, they ain't moved yet. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. everybody. We done with this live. We're gonna go over here and take care of the paperwork so we can get to the other load. But make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. We done. I appreciate y'all riding with me. We got up here safe. We gonna get back safe. So take care of yourself. One love. Peace.